she's followed me and accosted me after we've had that discussion in a public area.
Have we finished talking? You want to stand back here for a second? Can we just talk over there?
Can you now leave?
Was that a lawful request?
Yes.
What law am I breaking by being here?
You're filming car parks in this car park.
And what law is that? What law is that breaking?
Trespass, and you need to leave.
And what is trespass a criminal matter? Is it? Is that a criminal offence? See, it's funny because when you think I'm doing something illegal, you come and accost me, but you were too busy to deal with these sorts of things 2 minutes ago when I reported an officer committing offences.
I can't deal. If an officer has committed an offence, I can't deal with that. It's not on my level. It needs to go to a sergeant or higher up or our PSD.
Well, so why don't you take the details, report it to a sergeant, but you're quite happy to come and accost me, but you can't deal with matters?
In the reception.
I don't want to go into the reception. I'm quite happy here.
If you want to discuss it, if you want someone to listen.
I don't want to discuss it. I've discussed it. I walked away after they left. Walked away. We've left it. That's it. She's followed me and accosted me after we've had that discussion in a public area.
This is a private car park.
Right? Yeah, for vehicles. I walked through a footpath that had no signage, nothing, saying no public access. It says no public right-of-way on the road sign for vehicles. A right-of-way applies to roads, not to pedestrian footpaths. There is a pedestrian footpath, no obstructions, no signage. This is a public area. Whether it's private or public property, it's a public area. There's a difference.
What do you want to do? What do you want to gain?
Be left alone.
Okay, but because that's
Who are you two? Sorry, you've come in and joined the conversation. Sorry?
Police officers.
And what's your name and badge number?
89.
89?
Yeah.
DC, PC, DS?
89.
PC, 89. And yourself?
I'm DC 424.
DC 424. And you're both based here? Yeah.
But we're just saying, if you want, we can go over there, but we're just saying this is private property. This is a police car park.
Okay.
It's private property. So if you want to come back over there, by all means, we can
Okay.
go and try and sort out whatever your complaint is, but it's having it in our private property.
Okay.
We're not going to have that. So if you want to come over to the foyer, no problems at all. We can go and have a chat over there.
But the foyer is private property as well.
Yeah, you can gain access.
I can gain access to this. We've just been through that. We've just been through this. There's nothing for pedestrians. Why not?
Because it's a secure, and it could be, you could pose a security.
Well, it's not secure, is it? If I've just managed to walk in here, it's not secure, is it?
All right.
You say
What's
secure,
your
but it's not.
purpose for being on this car park? Because our concern is
I'm making a video.
It's a security breach that we're concerned about. So we're happy to talk to you, but while you're here, we've got concerns about security breaches.
Okay. Do you have a warrant card or an ID card or something? You've given a call number.
I've told you my colour
Thank
number
you.
is
Yeah.
424.
Yeah. But your
Okay?
plane's closed, so I just want to see your warrant card as well.
So I'm willing to listen to you. We're both willing to listen to you and hear what you have to say. But
No, because you're just going to fob me off with the same stuff that the two PCs have.
Private car park.
Okay. So I'll give you a quick synopsis.
Over here, please, because we're not.
If a police, so you're a DC, so you're a ranking
No,
officer.
we're all the same rank.
You just said DC.
Yeah. It's all
That's
constable.
detective constable.
Yeah.
Is that not a higher rank than a police
No, it's
constable?
not.
Is it not? Okay, it's just a different area. In that case, then I don't want to talk. Then don't worry. I'll talk to a sergeant if you get me a sergeant. No, she's blocking the road. She's got to move her vehicle. You've got two other officers. Got a nice friendly police escort. Ooh, somebody's getting paid a lot of money, got a nice Porsche. Yeah, so the vehicle needs a bit of renovating on the front bumper there. Yeah,
Can you move away from the marked vehicle, please?
Just so you know, guys, this is how far away I am. I'm not, like, anywhere near touching it. Yeah, so these ones are kept quite clean and tidy. Can't really see much, I need to get a reflection, but there we go. Interesting. Any more marked vehicles around? No.
That gate you just walk past. You can't walk. It's got a sign to say it's gated for a reason.
Okay. So you see the no entry signs and that one. Like I said, private property, no public right of way. As we discussed, what right of way is not public access. A right of way is relevant to roads. That's what a right of way is. A public right of way is a public road that people can access with a vehicle.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm not in a vehicle. I'm not in a vehicle. If it's secure, right? So as you can see there.
I'm not going through it all with you.
Well,
you're going to try and do the whole. Oh, I know this legislation. I know that. I'm not really that fussed. I've just asked you to leave politely.
And I've declined. Yeah. Cool.
I just don't really see the point in you being here. Like I don't know.
Well, I don't see the point in you being here either. But there we go.
Right, this is my job.
It's my job. I'm at work.
It's my working place.
Yeah, it's my place. This is my place of work right now as well.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Are you a police officer?
No.
Okay, so what are you doing in a police officer car park?
Working.
Okay.
The sergeant, often where de-escalation begins. Notice the tone shift? Clear ID, listening first, then boundaries. This is textbook audience retention stuff in real life. The person with rank models calm and narrows the issue. Has the energy flipped from confrontation to negotiation for you too?
This is a good place of work.
So we've got another PC.
Hello, sir.
Thank you. See, sensible. The most sensible person so far. You're a sergeant?
Yeah, I am. For my
Thank
sins.
you. Finally. Right. Okay. Well, we'll move away from the PCs because.
Are we already standing over there so the cars can move around?
Oh well, the cars can move around. I mean, where's the car going to move? Here. It's fine. We've got plenty of room.
Just asking where you stand
We've got
over
plenty of room. I just want to move away from the PCs, to be honest. I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to them. So if you can come with me and if you want to talk to me away from the others, that's fine.
What I'm saying, sir, is there's operational police vehicles just moving here.
That's fine. I'm quite conscious of the road. I've managed this
many. Have a conversation with you, but can we just do it there?
I've managed this many years.
I'll tell you what. After we finish talking, you want to stand back here for a second. We can. Can we just talk over there?
I'll tell you what.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
We can talk on the path here.
My name's Pete. What's your name?
Pete.
Yes.
And your collar number, Pete?
My name's DS1446. Pete McGill.
DS1446.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you.
What's going on then? How can I help?
Well, literally arrived and witnessed a police constable.
Yes.
Straight away. First thing, as soon as I get here, parked on the roundabout.
Right.
On the double yellows.
Yeah.
Engine on, idling, on his mobile phone.
Right.
So I go and approach.
Yeah.
He winds his window. So I ask him quite bluntly. I say, "Afternoon. Is there a reason you're parked on double yellows with your engine on your mobile phone?"
Yeah.
He says, "I'm doing work. I'm waiting for a prisoner to come out." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Are you on the phone to emergency services?"
Yeah.
"Are you paying at a drive-through?"
Okay.
No, he just rolls his window up.
Right. Okay. So you're saying you've seen an officer there. They've been sat there.
Yep.
Idling it. Right.
Yeah. So idling's an offence.
Yeah.
Idling your vehicle. Being on your phone with the engine on, unless you're on the phone to 999,
Yeah.
or paying at a drive-through. Those are the exceptions to the new legislation.
Yeah.
Implied right of access. On private premises open to the public, think paths to reception, you're allowed to approach until that implied right is revoked by the occupier. After revocation, staying becomes civil trespass, still not criminal by default, unless it morphs into something else. The signs and the ask matter. The sergeant acknowledging weak signage? That's a quiet win for clarity.
Both offences.
Yeah.
And obviously parked on double yellows.
So did you introduce yourself?
I didn't know, and I'm not. No.
What name would you like me to refer to you as? You don't have to give me a name at all. But
You can call me Sir or Power. You can call me Power. Yeah.
Power?
Yeah. Let's go with Power. Yeah.
I'll go with Sir because Power just that's
I didn't think you'd like it. That's why I said it. That's why I gave it as an option. I didn't think you would.
Mr. Power, does that sound right to you?
Mr. Power. That'd
Go
be.
with Mr.
Nah,
Power.
my ego's not that big. Don't worry.
Well, you've got yourself Power. You can have a little one. Right, okay. Basically, mate, you are absolutely entitled to film any vehicles you want around here.
Yep.
Not a problem. You have, if officers want to speak to officers, that's not an issue.
Yep.
The other thing I'd say is this area of the car is a private car park.
It is.
Work.
Yep.
So if you wanted to literally step on that pavement there and film my officers, film the cars, there's not an issue whatsoever.
So that's fine. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So the discussion I was trying to have with them, or trying to tell them, right? So they're saying it's secure, it's restricted. You got the gates and all of that. I said, and that sign up there says private property, no public right of way. A right of way is a public road. Right, it's not a public pavement. A right of way is a.
This is a private.
Yes,
premises.
okay, but I'm getting to that bit. Okay, bear with me. So yes, it's private, but in a private premises, you can still have a public area. A public area does not define whether it's public property or not.
A public area.
Okay, so.
But you're wanting to check.
No. So as I've walked up towards the reception area, and then I've literally walked through here.
Yeah.
No signage for pedestrians saying private property, no public access.
You know
that
what?
that would be the
Completely
key.
agree with you. Yeah.
All right. So yes, it is private property. Until I was asked to leave,
Yeah.
it's publicly accessible. It's still public area. It's still a public area. It's still publicly accessible. The only thing is, you have the right to repeal that implied right of access.
Yes, and you know what? Don't disagree with anything you've just said there, Mr.
Yeah.
Powell. Not a problem. I
There we go.
agree the signage should be better here.
Yeah.
But equally, you're here to do an audit. I'm guessing that's your role.
Well done.
To do that, yes. It's not my first time on the rodeo. I know what you can and can't do. And
Yep.
I've got not an absolute issue. Anything you've described so far,
Yep.
I don't have a problem with. In terms of the officer, and if you've had an issue, if you filmed something, if you do want to make a complaint about that.
I don't want to go through online. I was told a sergeant could deal with it. I've got his collar number, I've got his name. I want to report that to you now. If you want to take down his details, and you can deal with it.
Right, we can have a chat about whatever's happened there. But in terms of, you've raised a few things, haven't you? So right now, that implied consent of a sign is removed. So are we okay just standing over here now that that's been removed so we can talk?
No, I'm still going to stay here.
Okay, but what? But I'm trying to be courteous to you. And
I know, and I appreciate that, and that's why I'm not being
But
as belligerent with you. But I am going to stand firm on where I stand, on where I am standing, literally.
I don't understand why, if we've just covered that it's private premises and that implied right has been removed.
Yeah.
Because I agree, it isn't enough signage.
Yeah.
So
Because
can you help me understand that rationale?
Because at the end of the day, they were. Not a gentleman, I've not met him yet,
Yeah.
but the ladies were so belligerent about it, in the fact that I absolutely couldn't be here, and absolutely was doing something wrong, especially the blonde officer. So I tried to raise the incident with the guy parked in his marked vehicle and doing all of that. Tried to raise it with her, I was not interested, not her business, because she's a response officer.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I come on here, she's got time to deal with that, but she can't deal with that.
So
You see what I mean? That seems like favourability towards another police officer, the thick blue wall as we call it, standing behind the thin blue line, and not holding up her. No, I'm not saying you are, but she's not holding up her oath. Neither was the other gentleman I spoke to. But she's got plenty of time to come and deal with this, apparently, but she doesn't have time to deal with that.
What I can say is, if anyone has in any way talked to you and you felt it wasn't being courteous, I can only apologise for that, because ideally we don't want to have that kind of discourse. But
It's not even about the courtesy.
You're a switched on bloke.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you do with these audits. You understand that they're going to provoke a reaction in terms of a security response. That's going to happen, isn't it?
Not always. I've been to plenty of places, plenty of police stations, headquarters, where they just leave me to it.
Obstructing a constable in the execution of duty. Police Act 1996, S89. Needs a willful act that actually hinders police work. Standing in front of a vehicle can cross that line if it stops officers doing their job. The creator's response, "I'd never do that," is a smart on-camera limiter. Where's your line between assertive auditing and actual obstruction?
Okay, but I'd imagine they would have spoke to you at some. They would have said hello. They didn't say anything to you. Okay, well that might be because they didn't notice. Generally speaking,
No. They see me. They might give a wave, but
in a police station car park going around different cars, we'd usually stop to say, just as I've done with you,
Yeah.
I'm not demanding your details. You don't have to give me them, as you bloody well know. Not trying to make your life in any way difficult. And in fact, I want to help enable you to do your audit and what you want to do. But as you've just explained, once that right has been revoked for the private premises, it's been revoked.
Right.
So the fact that you have been treated poorly, or you feel like someone's been rude to you, that doesn't change the fact that
no,
it's
it
been
doesn't.
revoked, does it? And you
It doesn't.
appreciate that.
It doesn't. But once it's been revoked,
Yes.
it becomes an issue of civil trespass, doesn't it? And you knew I was coming with it. You knew I was coming with
We
it.
don't need to go down this. I'm trying to talk from a practical point of view.
I know you're
In terms
talking
of it's an
practically.
operational
I know
police car
you're
park,
talking
And
practically.
we're stood in a disabled bay.
I like to talk lawfully.
Yes.
Okay, so lawfully, I'm not committing any offences. You know, I know you haven't,
have I?
and you've requested that I leave,
Yeah.
and I'm going to politely decline. I'm not going to be rude about it, because you may see it as rude that I'm declining in the first place, but I'm not going to be overly belligerent about it. I'm just going to say
fine.
it's a civil matter.
And as long as you understand that if you are to stay here in this moment and you are to stand in front of a car that's trying to leave and conduct police work, that could obviously be obstructing the officers.
Oh, sure, I would never do that.
You fully
No.
understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
I've made it this many years, being fully aware of roads and emergency
I do not
vehicles.
doubt it.
You know,
That's a problem.
I've never been hit by a car yet, so.
So how are we rating so far? How are we doing? We had a rough start by the sounds of it on your audit. Has it improved as we're going along?
I'd say sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, you've been better. Yeah, I must admit. Yeah, so
Well, it's a learning experience for me. We don't have this every day.
No, it's good to see a sergeant leading by example.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the PCs and DCs do pick up on your example.
I know you want a bit of a reaction.
No, I'm not giving a reaction. I'm genuinely stating that I really hope that they pick up on how you've led by example here, and they take some lessons on how you've dealt with this and how you've been so professional, calm about it.
You're going to make me blush. You can't compliment me like this.
No, because you have, and you asked my name, but you didn't push it, so that's fine. But other than that,
that's just for politeness. I'm not demanding
no,
details.
No,
I'm just,
exactly.
How would you like me to refer to you?
Yeah, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so I'm afraid I won't be able to pass, as we say, pass there, whatever. But I wouldn't be able to pass it today. But it's
won't be. That's a shame.
I know it is. But my viewers will.
It's a learning experience, isn't it? Because I'll be candid with you, as you well know. Police officers, we do an incredibly difficult job. We do lots of different things, and for every officer, does not necessarily need to know the private car park rights of way and the revoking. You don't generally need to know that in their day-to-day work. They've got a lot of legislation and law.
Well, they should, because if they get called to a trespass issue and they don't know the difference between private, public premises and private public areas, that's where they could get themselves into a situation of an officer committing common assault while on duty.
But that hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't today. It hasn't today. But that's how, if they don't understand that, it should be quite a basic thing. Because trespass, you get called out to a store where somebody's refusing to leave. You get called out to that, and the police then put hands on that person to move them. Inside the building, the police don't have powers to do that, and they could get themselves into a lot of trouble for doing it.
Yeah, but I'd also ask, the same way I can put myself in your shoes, I completely understand what you're doing, why you're doing it. I don't think it's a bad thing to test the police and speak to a police officer and ask them why they're doing what they're doing. As long as it's not interfering with an operational, I'm trying to have a scrap with a bloke, I don't really need you to
no, 100%.
I'm using in that moment, as you
no, 100%. No.
And so I've not got an issue with what you're doing at all, but what I would say is, putting yourself in their shoes, that we've got heightened terrorism concerns, we've got the events that are going on around police buildings where we have to be aware of who is around our buildings, what they can enter a building.
What's going on around police stations?
Sorry?
What's going on around police stations?
What do you mean? Well, we can get people entering the building without consent. There's all kind. We have to be vigilant around the police buildings.
You should, but then
it's security reasons. That's
but I haven't had a fully walk around yet, but I saw a gate down there, all locked up, secure, high fences. I'm assuming it's got like barbed spikes or something on the side.
We have side access doors. We have things that are out of view, and obviously this car.
Oh, then you'd like to think your officers are closing doors behind them and waiting. So
you'd like to think so. We're all human beings, and we all make mistakes. And if any officers have treated you miscourteously, then it will just be because they're confused about what's going on and they just want to try and clarify.
Yeah, but then and that's fine. They're allowed to be confused, and that's fine. If they'd approached me the way you'd approach me and asked questions, rather than just coming out so belligerently, would have gone a completely different direction. As you said, I've been quite calm with you, and that's fine, because I'll give what I get, basically.
I know the game.
I'm quite a courteous person. 99% of the time, it's. But I said I'll give what I get. If they come out to me like that, they're not going to get very far. So let's strike a deal.
Go on, let's negotiate. I like this. We're on to the bargaining.
I will leave your car park.
Oh, you generous man.
After I've walked a loop around, and I will walk around, I'll loop around, and I'll go out that way.
Do you want me to walk with you so we can have a chat? So you've got some company. I mean,
it's entirely up to you. I can't stop you walking where you want to walk, but
I'm not. Honestly, it's not to. Don't think he's doing it because he wants to keep an eye on me. I'm just curious to know about.
Yeah, we can walk and talk as well. And yourself, sorry, we haven't actually talked, but if you don't mind identifying.
Yeah, Martin Treen, DS.
DS, and number is
705.
705, lovely. Appreciate that, thank you.
What was your name? What was your name? Sorry.
We're going with either Sir or Mr. Power, apparently.
Strong name.
I'm just gonna. Does that sound like a fair deal? Take a walk around and I'll leave your car park.
So how many of our police stations have you been to then?
Northampton, it's my first one actually.
Is it?
Yep. I wasn't actually aiming to come here today, I was aiming to go to the new building out in Kettering. And when I typed it into Google Maps, I typed in Northampton Criminal Justice Centre, because I think that's what it's called up there. And so I was just going along, and next thing I know, I end up here, and I'm like, this isn't what it looked like on Google Maps.
So we drew the short straw.
Unfortunately, you did, yeah. I actually came here to tell a story about Northampton Police Sergeant Matt Manifold. Yep. You were?
The case discussed touches, Computer Misuse Act 1990, Spartan 1, and potential misconduct in public office, a common law offense, often called malfeasance in conversation. Resigning may preserve pension routes, but it doesn't block criminal investigation or prosecution. Should internal findings automatically trigger a criminal probe? And does public trust demand charges where evidence supports it?
Of what's happened with that? What was it like?
Comment
Four days ago, the council found that if he hadn't have quit, he would have been found guilty of his offences and he would have been dismissed from the force.
Yeah.
Just for my viewers, 'cause I haven't actually covered it. So, PS, Matt Manifold abused the police computers and systems to gain confidential information on a member of police staff that he was in a relationship with. It was all around to do around with domestic abuse cases and stuff like that. He left the force voluntarily, obviously, so he could probably cash out his pension rather than getting dismissed. But interestingly, it is an offence under Section 1 of the Misuse of Computers Act 1990 to use the police computers in such a way. It's actually indictable, so he could go to Crown and face jail time. And it could also be classed as malfeasance in public office, which is indictable up to 14 years. So again, this came out 4 days ago, so it'll be interesting to see if Northampton Police do have the intent to prosecute, despite the fact that he left the force before the council convened and found their findings. No, we're not. Sorry. Again, I didn't get to tell my.
Feelings are slightly hurt, but we'll get through this.
But yeah, I didn't get to tell my viewers the story before all this interaction. So.
Left or right? Where do you want to stand?
We go over left and
That's fine, yeah.
have a look around.
I'm not going to go into detail now. Anyone who is served with gross misconduct and they're dismissed. So that's what we strive.
Well,
for.
yeah.
We don't want people behaving like that.
No, as I said, unfortunately, he voluntarily left the force before he was dismissed, because if you get dismissed, you don't get to cash in your pension or any of your benefits. I think he did the smart move for him on that. But yeah, as I was just saying to the camera, it'll be really interesting. I'll be following the case to see if Northampton Police do have the intention to prosecute under Section 1 of the Misuse of Computers Act 1990, or even at worst, malfeasance in public office, abusing his authority and his power for the benefit of or detriment of somebody else.
I mean, it's one thing for me to very briefly confirm something that's in the press in terms of misconduct, but obviously any police investigator can't talk.
Yeah, no, I know you can't.
Comment on that. But anyway, leaving that aside, I appreciate you got a bit of a stern stop potentially from what you're wording in terms of someone demanding that you leave straight away without doing some pleasantries and understanding what's going on. Which, I'm not going to try and make excuses for them. We're all human beings, we're all individuals, and we all have different understandings, and we're doing our best at the end of the day. So if you've been in any way felt like you were treated rudely, I can really apologise, because you're absolutely right. And you know what? The signage is a really good point. In fact, the first thing we'll do after we've had a conversation is have a chat with our facilities about.
Good.
We'll probably do some. I mean, we've got that up there, but at the same time, if you are walking in from over there, you might not behind those bushes.
Exactly
you're
that.
not see that.
And
fair enough.
I'll be completely 100% honest with you. If you had a sign where I walked saying no public access, I still would have walked in, unless you had a physical barrier. Because again, it's a civil matter, not a criminal matter. I would have done.
That consent to be withdrawn and have that conversation to test
not necessarily. I want to assert the fact that it's a difference between a civil and a criminal matter. And if I do get an interaction, hopefully it would have been with somebody as polite as yourself, who would have had the conversation. We could have discussed it.
So have you had situations where you've been grabbed or things like that by officers?
Once, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably about 3 weeks ago now.
3 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss that one too much.
Sure, we'll see the video then.
No, I've had to take that one down actually for legal reasons. For the time being.
That one, then.
No. But
what's your channel called?
I'm not going to give it out. But I'm sure you'll find it. What have I got? I've got a video coming out in 2 days. So what day are we on now? Tuesday. So this will probably be out Friday, Saturday maybe. So I'm sure if you scour YouTube, it'll come up pretty easily. Type in. I'm
probably not going to, but I appreciate that. Like I say, we don't want you to. You've got your thing you want to do.
Well,
trying to make it
in my opinion, I think you should just for the initial interaction, if nothing, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but just to see that officer. I mean, because for the evidence purpose, and then you can, as I've stated, his collar number, his reg, everything, all of that. You can see the offence, and as a sergeant, you could potentially deal with that.
We do our best to educate our staff through briefings. Obviously, the audit thing isn't a new thing. It's been around for a very long while now. I mean, I've known about it in 2012, I think, was when I dealt with my first encounter and freedom of the land and all that stuff. We do our best to educate officers. They do a difficult job. They're doing their best to check everything's okay. If you're somewhere where
I'm not on about the interaction I had in there. I'm on about the interaction with the officer parked there with idling his vehicle on his phone. I think that you should watch that, because that is something that he should be held accountable for.
So what I'd say with that is, I'm not trying to pass the buck. My colleague and I, we're detective sergeants in the Moscow units. We manage registered sex offenders for the county.
Okay.
What I'd say is, if there's a complaint about an officer, if you want to ring 101, and that will go through to their sergeant,
Sure.
who would then specifically be responsible for them and be able to address that complaint with you.
Okay, so I can say column number 224, I want their sergeant to deal with a
and the complaint then goes through to their sergeant. It's not me trying to pass the buck, it's just I wouldn't want a colleague of mine dealing with complaints about my officers. I want to be the one to deal with that. So
okay, fair enough. No, I appreciate that.
Is there anything else we can help you with before we go?
No.
Fail rating, which has made me very sad.
No. It's I'll give it a C+. If we're gonna do gradings.
So what were we up to before?
Well, before you came along, I would have put it as a straight up F. So yeah, you've been all right. Yeah, I haven't really had much interaction with you, so I can't comment on you.
They're like my school grades. So
C+ is a pass, I guess. You know, but there we go.
Is there any kind of certificate we get for this?
No, but I'll invoice you for the educational time.
Better get out of here.
Have a good day. Oh, well, your fly's undone. Oh, brilliant. Oh, he's walking away. I see him like fiddling like with his pants, and his other sergeant pointed out that his flies were undone the whole time. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. Oh, there we go, guys. So that is Northampton Criminal Justice Centre. Not going to bother with the lobby. There are people in there, so not going to bother with that. Just give a little wander up this way and see if I can see anything interesting. But yeah, so obviously I said they are aware of I think it was PS Matt Manifold and the case against him. Not willing to comment on anything further than acknowledging that they're aware of it. But I think that's more than you usually get, to be fair. You got a gate here, but you can't really see much, no marked vehicles or anything. But yeah, I must say the DS that came out and spoke to me, Peter McGill, can't say that I've got any issues with him personally. You know, he tried to get me to leave, but he was polite and respectful and understood what I was doing. But yeah, all the other PCs, police constables, you know, they do need some education, unfortunately. So hopefully the DSs will talk to them a bit and give them a bit of information on what's just happened, because I bet they're leaving feeling very bamboozled. Oh, I love it, Mr. Power. Oh, what a day. What a day. Beautiful day as well, guys. The weather is booming. It was raining, pissing it down when I left. But yeah, much nicer now. Very nice building, got to admit. Very well kept. Nice shrubbery. So they got the Union flag at half mast. I wonder why that's at half mast at the moment. Who knows? Yeah, so I'm not going to go back on the car park. Again, I did make a deal with the DS, so we will leave it at that. Did have a quick glance around while I was going around, didn't notice any illegal number plates, which is good. But